In an effort to reduce construction waste and to encourage its sorting and recycling, the Environmental Protection Department introduced charges on construction waste disposal on January 20, 2006. Under the current charging scheme, if a vehicle carries construction waste of entirely inert materials, it should go to a public fill reception facility. If inert materials make up more than half of the load's weight, it should be sent to a sorting facility. If inert materials weigh less than half of the load, it goes to a landfill. The determinant used now is a weight ratio derived by net waste weight divided by permitted gross vehicle weight. In order to monitor the accuracy of the criteria used to determine which disposal facility a vehicle should go to, the Environmental Protection Department conducts surveys regularly. These surveys found that sorting facilities have received more than the original planned amount of non-inert materials, meaning they have been subjected to unnecessary sorting procedures. The surveys also found that some inert materials have been sent to landfills, meaning recyclable materials are dumped and precious landfill space is used up unnecessarily. Therefore, the Environmental Protection Department has decided to change the current waste acceptance criteria so that construction waste can be more appropriately disposed of. It will make the whole construction waste disposal system more cost-effective. The new criteria add in a new construction waste depth requirement, whilst the current weight ratio and vehicle categorization remains unchanged. The new criteria come into force starting December 29, 2010. Details were gazetted on July 6 the same year. The implementation of the new criteria will not affect the daily routine of waste disposal facilities and will not lengthen operation time. As before, a vehicle enters a waste disposal facility. The driver uncovers the waste and then drives to the inbound weighbridge to measure the weight. The driver hands in a chit to the facility's operators. At the same time as weighing, the 8 new laser sensors installed above the weighbridge will measure 8 vertical distance of the load. The depth of the waste is calculated by deducting the height of the hopper from the average vertical waste depth. The display board will then show a weight ratio and the average waste depth. If the readings meet the criteria, the vehicle will be allowed to enter to dispose of the waste. After dumping, the vehicle can proceed to the outbound weighbridge. The driver will be given a transaction record. The whole disposal process is finished. However, if the readings on the display board do not meet the criteria, a refuse entry notice will be issued. The driver should proceed to the facility shown on the notice to dispose of the construction waste. He will not be refused again at the designated facility. Now let's take a look at the new arrangement for demountable and non-demountable vehicles. Previously, for a demountable vehicle, it needed to go to a sorting facility if its weight ratio was more than 0.25. But under the new criteria, if the waste depth is more than 1 meter, the vehicle will have to go to a landfill. If the waste depth is equal to or less than 1 meter, the weight ratio of 0.25 will apply. If the ratio is less than or equal to 0.25, the vehicle will go to a landfill to dispose of the waste. Otherwise, it will need to go to a sorting facility. For a non-demountable vehicle, previously it went to a sorting facility when its weight ratio was larger than 0.2. Under the new criteria, whenever the waste depth is higher than 1.5 meters, the vehicle carrying it will be required to go to a landfill. If the depth is equal to or less than 1.5 meters, the 0.2 weight ratio will apply. If the ratio is less than or equal to 0.2, the vehicle will go to a landfill. Otherwise, it will have to go to a sorting facility. The new construction waste acceptance criteria, incorporating a depth requirement, comes into force on December 29, 2010. The weight ratio and vehicle categorization currently in use remain unchanged. The Environmental Protection Department has produced pamphlets and posted on its website details of the new criteria and has arranged briefing sessions for relevant parties. A 2-month pilot period has been run in the sorting facilities and landfills before the formal implementation. The new criteria can further increase the cost effectiveness of the construction waste disposal system. We need your cooperation so that more construction waste can be recycled for proper use.